Well, good afternoon, everybody. How's things? Feels like 2 minutes since we were last talking, but maybe that's because we did our Advent tile this morning. So here we are again. It's the 20th of December, and we're going to be doing tile number 303 today. Who'd have thought? I'm never going to tire of saying 300 until we get to 4. So what we're going to be doing today then? Okay, I have a lovely little tile set up prepared, and I'm using one of the grey tiles, a regular tile. I've got my pencil, my pen, my tortillon, and I've got my white chalky pencil today. Bit of a rubber as well, because some of these things we're going to draw in pencil just to sort of get us started. So are we ready? Okay. First things first then, I'm going to come in with my pencil. And I have got another tile here I'm going to use just to help me get a bit of a straight edge-ish. So what do I want to do first? I'm going to come in and I'm going to put sort of a little line across the bottom. Now do this lightly because you're not going to use everything that we need. They're just little bits of construction lines. Okay, so let's put myself, I want a bit of a rectangle shape, but I think what I want to do is sort of slightly curve the edges, so you might want to just hang on just for a minute. Here we go. Let's go in a little bit. See, it's going to sort of come at the bottom there, and let's have one. Okay, bit of a rectangle shape. All right, so on my corners, what I want to do now, I'm going to just zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to be adding a bit of a curve in there. See? There we go. And hello everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever we are. It's lovely to have everybody together, isn't it? See, I'm going to put another curve in there. Okay, let's go a bit more. There you are. And if I just get rid of those now, so we don't want them. I wanted that curve all along. That's our starting point. Okay. So let's do a little bit of an aura around there. Now I know it's quite a sort of a distance, so what you can do is just sort of do a little bit of a dotted line, and that sort of helps a little bit. And we're not going to need all of it anyway, because of course we're going to be adding extra bits and pieces over the top. There we go. All right. So you see there, look, it's a little bit flatter. Let's round that off a bit. Okay, there we go. So next little bit then. I think what we're going to start with is I want to do a couple of little bubbles along here, not too large, but let's have it going over the side there. Let's have a look. There we go. When I say not too large, it's not a centimetre. They're about 5 or 6 mil, something like that. So we don't need to worry about measuring them. We just want something that's got a bit of size to it. So not really tiny ones. Let's have another one here, maybe. There we go. And one there. So we've got 4. 4 always feels like a weird combination, doesn't it? So we bring another one in here, sort of sitting around the back there. There we go. All right. Doesn't look like much at the minute. What on earth could it be? All right. So next bit, I'm going to come in with my pen, my regular 003. Okay. And again, I'm going to leave it this size so you can see what I'm doing with it. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come off here with a bit of a line. Now, it doesn't matter if it's sort of over these shapes now, because we're putting these in the front. A little bit of a curve, like so. And then I can use the top and the bottom of that to create 1, 2, 3. There you go. So we've got half a holly leaf. Let's do the next bit. 1, 2, and then I can join it at the bottom there. I could always make that a little bit longer. There we are. See? There's one. I'm going to do another one of those. So let's bring one out here. So I've got my line in, and then from the bottom, like 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Just sort of make that a little bit longer there. Okay. So I think I'm going to put this bubble in now. There we go. Let's go a little bit larger now. And I'm going to put a little cross on it. There we go. And let's put one in up here as well. So again, another curve. I'm going to go that way, so it's sort of there where that little berry is. And from the bottom, again, 1, so it's going to go in there a little bit, 2, 3, make that a bit longer. Now here, I'm going to go the same, look, 1, 2, 3, a bit longer. There we go. And again, I can put whatever I can see of that little berry there, sat there now. Let's have a look at that. Okay. So, I'm just going to bring another one of those out here. So, I'm going to sort of come in from underneath that berry. So, let's put that one in. Again, see the crosses, you want them sort of in different positions. They're not all going to be in the same uniform manner. And then, see, that one's going to sort of come from underneath, so it's not going to be as long. So, imagine if we use a pencil, see, it's going to sort of be from there. So, I'd go 1, 2, 3. Oh, so it needs to be a bit longer maybe. 1, 2, 3. And then I can draw in those little bits that I need to. Just those sections that you're going to see. Alright. So I can put this berry in now. It's going to sit behind there. And again, let's have one so it's the bottom there. That's nice. And then let's bring another sort of holly leaf in here. So let's have one coming up. See, it's sort of going along this line, isn't it? As we're working our way around. And again, I'm going to bring that in front of that berry. We're getting the idea of this holly now. And then put that in there. There we go. So another one sort of behind there. Let's put that line in so we've got something as a guide to make sure that we know where we're going. Yeah, and I think perhaps we'll come back to that in a minute. We might put something in there. Hello, Ree. We had a little envelope that arrived from you today. Can you please thank Freya as well for her card? It's fabulous, thank you. Do like getting those, it's lovely. Alright, so let's have a look at our next little bit then. What I want to do, and I'm just going to switch to pencil for a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a rectangle sort of shape in here. So, let's have a look on there. And again, I could come in a short while and I can draw these in with a straight edge. So I've got a rectangle there. So let's just draw that in. Okay. And then let's do another sort of a little bit shorter. And put a bit wider. Okay. Alright, like that. Happy with that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw in the sides. Now to get this straight, I'm sure we've done this before, but if you use the edge of the tile and you line up your ruler or your tile, whatever you're drawing, with the edge, when you draw in that line, hopefully, you're going to get a straight line, or a vertical one at least. It might not be straight, depending on how you're drawing it. There you go. And then at the top, I'm not wanting a straight, I want sort of slightly, just a slightly wobbly sort of line there. So let's do the same with this one. So bring that in there. So I'm going to do this one till I get to the holly, and then here, this one until I get to that wobbly line. There we go. And again, just a slightly wavy line. Just going to remove those lines in there for those little bits as I'm going as well. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to put, oh look, sort of a little line there. A little line. See, I've gone a little bit thicker with my pencil, or my pen rather. And then let's go a little bit closer in now. So working from the bottom, I'm going to create a curve or a wave. Same on this side. See, I say the same. It's a wave of slightly different shape. So that one I went out. This one. And then let's do a little aura on the inside there. And then another aura. And this one, I'm going to be inclined to do it sort of the same. As best I can anyway. Not exactly. Sort of facing the same way, because if you've got a little bit of wind air coming, it's going that way, isn't it? So again, it's a little aura in there, and another. Right. So just across the top here, we just want a little bit of a, wobbly line, nothing major. See, give it a little hint there. Oh, see, sunny Skegness. Wow, that sounds nice. Must admit the weather is a bit better this week, isn't it? Yeah, much better. Okay, so we've got that. So I'm going to focus on this now, but I'm going to turn it to the side. And this time I don't want a straight line, I'm going to go with a slight curve. Just a slight curve, see? And then another one. Down there. There it is. And then whilst I'm on this sort of slight curves, let's have another one here. So see one there, look, and you're going to see sort of part of it. There we go. Nice too. So this one, let's split it. I want sort of 3 sections. So have a look at your sort of candle and think how wide is it? What can I do here? And that's what we want to put in. And then just bringing my pencil in, I want to put a cross in each of those shapes. There you go. So you can do all of them at the same time, or you want to do this. And then each of these lines, we're going to create a little curve on each side. We've got a little petal shape, like that. So I'm going to do the same, working my way down on this angle first, because my tile's facing that way. And then this way, that way, and that way. And on that one as well, and that one as well. So we've got kind of a design. So coming out of each of these little shapes, we can add in a little line. So again, I'm going to do the vertical ones first. Now if I turn it round, I don't want to do it completely straight, because remember we've got these curves. So it's slight curve in it. Alright, so that one I could have gone a bit longer. And of course you can add a little dot on the end of each one. This would be great for your gel pens, things like that. And then this one. And then across the top and the bottom. And again, I'm going to turn it this way. Let's do a row of bubbles. Sort of no rush at all. You want them, you want them to be bubbly as you can. We don't want sort of oval lozenges if we can help it. Give them the time they deserve. And straight round. There we go. Okay. So let's look at the next one here. So we've got part of it sort of filtered out anyway. So I'm going to come in with pencil and imagine that I've got all of this drawn in. Just because I think sometimes it's helpful to see all of it in one go, isn't it? So I'm going to come up from here with a loop. And again, you might want to start this side. See, a loop that way. Then a loop that way. Then a loop that way. Then a loop that way. You see, it's so much easier to draw it all in than to try and work out what bits you're going to see there. So if it's easier for you to start this side, it doesn't matter. And then again, we can come in and add the pen lines in. for those bits we can see. Okay, I'm going to see that bit. See if we can rub that out a little bit later. And then I'm going to fill in the little gaps there. They're not going to get much of a gap there, but okay. And back to the side and line on this side. See, really close. I'll line on this side. I'm going to do two actually. And one on there. Really close. And then just on the top, I'm going to put some little part bubbles. That's going to go all the way around, see? Same on the bottom. They don't have to be in the same place. And then just sort of in the middle, little loop. It's amazing, isn't it, how a little loop can build up a design. Okay. There we are. Okay, it's quite nice. Let's have a look at that. Okay. Oh, bless me. Okay, see if I actually rub that out now. It's all done, all behind. There you go. All right. So, next little bit then, I want to do is, again, I'm going to come up with pencil, I think, just to get us going with this one. And I'm going to start with a bit of a line coming up. Okay, I'm going to double that line, not too wide. And then what I want to do is put a series of little bubbles, maybe 3, maybe 4, or even maybe a part one there. So sort of like a bit of a bunch there. And then let's do another coming up here. There we are. And again, another sort of bunch of balls. They're not as big as the ones that were at the front, but you see sort of end lines. Having that sorted out, I'm going to come in now and bring up a line. Completely ignore what I've just done, but I wanted them to go in. You see, almost all the way around. And then along and back on myself. I know we love these. And then back round. Keep it nice and thin. And back down into as far as we can go. Oh, thank you, Jackie. I bet your wrapping is as well. It's, but you've had a busy morning. Wrapping presents takes time, doesn't it? Don't we all realise it? Oh, Wendy, I thought we hadn't seen you for a while. I hope you're okay. Well, it's nice to see you here. Don't try and catch up with them. Just sort of start with this one and see where it leads. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to do here is I'm going to come in with quite a large sort of loop, got a line in it. Let's do one on this side as well. Okay. So let's have another one coming down there. So I feel like we've got to have another one on this side now. Okay. Okay. So let's put that little stem in there. Let's put this one in. So now I'm just going to put the bubbles in that I can see, because everything else is hidden behind. And of course we can put that stem in and follow it down so you can't go any further. Okay, again, if you want to, because the stem starts here, you can bring in your pencil and draw in. See, that's a bit wide, got a bit carried away there. Draw in these little shapes. Oh, Wendy, do hope so, absolutely. And, you know, family first, of course. So, all the best for that. There's never a pressure to keep up with these. It's just do what you can when you can, it's fine. Alright, so that's so far so good. let's bring another little line up here. So I'm going to go over that. And again, let's just sort of thicken it. Because it's really thin, we can get away with that. Let's go in a little bit there. I'm going to put a little line on. Now if you want to, you can create a little bit of a diamondy kind of shape. So what we're going to do is start quite wide. We're going to get smaller and smaller. You see what I'm actually doing as well? I'm sort of almost shaping them round to sort of fit with the angle. There we are. See if I now rub out those little lines. You see that's quite sweet little shape there. Okay, let's do another one of those. So in order to do this and not worry so much about where it's going to head, let's just sort of put one there, see? I'm just going to do the one line, and then there's my sort of extra stem, and then bring that in. So you don't have to put that line in and create the shape, you can just go with it. And then let's bring in that stem afterwards. So see, starting sort of here, we've got one coming out there, put my line in. Let's do this side first because we can sort of see it all. There we are. And then thicken the stem up. Where did we put it? There you are, look. And then from there we can work out where it's going to go in line with everything else. Okay, let's have another one there, look. So I can put the two there because it's not going through loads of things. There we are. Okay. So, have a look. It's nice, isn't it? It's just a little bit different again, isn't it? Something we might not have tried before. But it's nice to sort of mix it through, isn't it? Have a few extra bits. So again, see this one? It's sort of, it's going to wander around here, and of course you get so many after a while you don't need to do that, but it's nice to see that little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a sort of thing going on there. So let's just come to this side. I want to add in a couple more of those curls, not too tall though. One in there, and then let's have one sort of going this way, but it's going to go behind that candle there. And sort of down in this area, let's have a couple of those. You see, you get to the mode with this and you're just sort of flicking them out. It's a nice feathery feel, doesn't it? Let's have another one there. That's my stem, look. My little line making my way up one side, from the bottom up the other. There. Quite like them. I might have one just sort of really sort of sticking out there, as though it's going behind everything else. And then here, we need a little bit here, don't we? So again, let's bring that out. My line in. Oh, along we go. And into there. And then again, I'm just going to put one in there, sort of hiding underneath everything. There we go. So of course a couple of little zingers in, I think. Let's just go in a little bit bigger there and mix a few of those in. So I don't know, maybe one here, look. So I'm going to go up there, sort of it's wrapping its way round. I'm going to add in those little auras, little lines. Is it just taking it to nothing? It's nice, isn't it? Little bobbles on the end there. Let's bring one out here. See, a bubble. And then sort of little lines. Following it round. Just a little bit, you'll see on the end there. And let's have one here. You can have as many of these as you like, but sometimes we can get a little bit carried away with them. And sort of going up this way. let's have a look at this. Okay, so what I do now, I want to come back and have a look at the bit of frame that we've got there, and let's put this in now, whatever we can see. So I'm going to stop there. I don't want to go into that little tangle there, and draw that bit in, and then again here along that one. So I've got a little bit showing there and there, and a little bit down there, and same here. So whatever you can see, I'm going to put that in. And of course, if you feel that you need to use a straight edge, by all means go ahead and do that. We just want to wander around with it. And you just make sure you're being careful as to where you put those lines. Just check you're not going through anything that shouldn't be. Alright, and then I've got just a little bit of line there, nothing much, just to sort of add in. Okay, so just gonna along this sort of shape. Now I'm not going to draw a straight line all the way down. I'm going to do part of it and sort of work my way around, sort of breaking my space up as before, but just adding a little bit of a line in, see? Almost like it's there, but it's not there. And then sort of on the bottom, sort of this bit here, see, I can perhaps put a little bit of a line in, just fill that crack in there. And then here, look, maybe just a little bit in there. You see, so we're giving this sort of a little, maybe a little bit on the top there. Let's go a bit bigger so you can see this. So you see I'm just adding these little shapes in. Just filling a bit around the edge. So maybe there, wants a little bit. I don't want to overdo it, it's just a hint. I don't want it taking up the whole of the image, it's just sort of saying, look, we've got a little bit of brickwork here and just coming in and around. Let's have a look at that. There we go. So I'm just going to rub out now all the bits and pieces that I no longer need, because we did do a few bits, didn't we, over there. Let's get rid of them. Goodness me, look at that. I didn't believe you were going to draw that half an hour ago. So yeah, it grows ever so quickly, doesn't it? First thing then, let's come in with our pencil. And what I would like to do is have a little bit of pencil, just sort of one side of the holly. I'm going to add it to this bottom side here. See, underneath there. And there. And so I've kept with the same side all the way along with those, just underneath there. And then underneath here, just going to add just a little bit, you see, not even close to, just little bits. Let's go in a bit more so you can see that. See, just little bits. So my little berries, see, it might be nice to put a bit of colour on those, but I'm just going to keep it with the pencil for now. And you see I've added a little bit of a highlight on each one there. And then come to my little candles. I'm going to go, of course, down both sides. Still a little bit under there. And then here, so I'm just going to rub out those pencil lines in there. Just want to add a little bit to the inside of those little shapes. My little flame there. Gotta go really dark there. Make it a bit. Same on this one. And of course, down the side of my candle. And I'm just gonna add a little bit, you know, just around the top and bottom of those little loops there. So I'm not going to do much with these, just add a little highlight, you know, if you can see it, because it doesn't need much. One little sort of berries here. They're almost mistletoe-y, aren't they? Tiny little highlight. And then, of course, a little bit in the middle of each. And then I'm going to add a little bit also just to the tops there. There you go. Okay. So it comes to my little brushes. So add a little bit just down one side, same as my zingers there. Just choose one side. Same on this side, look. Okay. Now we also need to do inside of this frame here. So again, just sort of be aware of where you need to add that pencil, because we want it to sort of look like it's, see, I've missed a line there. That's okay, I can come and put it back in. Where is it? There you go. And of course there's a little bit there I missed. This is where you start to notice because you look a little bit closer with it. And then underneath here my line, not that you can really see much of it, so should I, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so take a look at that. So now it's coming in with our torte yarn. Here we go. So doesn't matter where we start. Let's have a look. I'm going to start. Let's start with the holly, because that's where we first drew in some bits and pieces. And I think, do you know what? It needs a little bit of a file because it's a little bit pointed there, or blunt rather. It knows to be a bit. They were pointed. Look, new one. Oh, holly. Sorry, holly. Here we go. So just going to very gently soften it out. Push it towards the ends. Not right to the ends, just a little bit. I'm going to do that with all of them. There you go. Just take my time with it. This is the bit we really want to enjoy, isn't it? So let's, you know, just sort of hold on for a little bit of control. It's nice to see how it comes together, isn't it? Even a little bit of green and a bit of red in this foreground would be lovely. See where I've put those bits of pencil? We just want to add a little bit of shadow in there now. Same in this one. Just soften it out. There we go. Okay. So let's do the little berries. Now if you're going to do these and you want to do them red, my advice is to put a yellow underneath them first. And oh, Chris, the last watch, gosh. I know. It's gone really quick, hasn't it, December? I can't believe actually we're already on Advent Tile 20. There's only 4 more to do. What happened there? There you go. And I don't know if they've changed the TV schedule on the Hobby Maker, but I actually, on the 25th, I will be on Hobby Maker at 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So I know that they'd got to amend it a little bit earlier. But it's definitely 12 and 2. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Being out on Christmas Day. It'll be the first time in 3 years that Leslie's not been to my house. Yeah, well, we're going to cope. There you go. Same with the one little flames. And again, you could add a little bit of colour in these if you wanted to. Okay, let's go back and let's do a little sort of mistletoe-y kind of leaves here. And again, I'm just leaving a little bit in the middle. So I'm going to leave that highlight if we can. Oh, missed a little bit there, look. Add that in. Just sort of soften it out. Again, just little highlights on those little berries there. And go with those top and bottom. Again, just trying to leave a little bit in the middle. Jackie, yes, I am. I'm at Hobby Maker on Christmas Day. It's the first time that there's as I know of, that there's been a craft show live on Christmas Day, and I just thought it'd be fun to be part of it. You know, you have these crazy ideas. Yeah. Okay, just softening off that pencil on those little bits there. Okay, and little bits there too. There we go. And then of course we want to come in on the inside here. Oh, thank you, Heather. I know it was an email that came around yesterday, and I know it didn't say that on there. So. It's okay, I'll be done by 3. Thank you, Tommy. It's cup of tea time. Leslie's actually upstairs today. She's working on a new product. It'll be on Sewing Street on New Year's Day. Interesting. Okay, so let's just have a look there. I just want to do a little bit in there, and I want to come and put a little bit in these sort of bricks. So here we go. Just sort of add a little bit. And again, this is not a complete sort of piece. It's just a bit of a random bit of pencil in areas. You see there, I've missed my line. Come and do that in a minute. Oh, Jackie, she could, but yeah, she's got the day off. I know, giving her a day off. Now we'll actually FaceTime after, or when I get back home from, I'll be making and open our presents together. That's what we've done for the past few years, so yeah, I'll do it then. And I see just a little bit of work in those areas there. We just want to have a little bit of softness along there. We're not trying to say that they're actual bricks, we're just giving the impression that they are. And of course in here we want it dark in there. There we go. Okay. A whole day, Viv. A whole few days actually. Wow. Tommy as well. Okay, we're going to come in with our white chalky pencil. And first thing, of course, I think actually I'm just going to add a little bit more to that one. There you go. There's my holly. I have some in that holly there. Okay. I'm going to do that with all my holly leaves. So the half I've not put pencil in, we're going ahead and putting some in there. There we go. Okay. No, I know, Leslie, but yeah, it'll be fun. Okay, all my little berries there. And then, of course, as I get to a zinger, I'm going to add a little bit on the opposite side of where I put my pencil. Okay. So we see I've got my candle, let's add just a little bit, just the top and bottom there. And then right at the tip of that flame. Same with this one, like tip of the flame. And notice I've turned it round because there's a little bit of a line in there. So come into my little sort of mistletoe-y kind of shapes. And we go with a little bit there. Okay. So we could add a little bit onto the opposite side of these, but I don't want to go too much. It's just a little hint. So I'm not going to blend those out in any way. And just sort of a little bit, just around where we've got these flames, I want to add a little bit of light. So none of the others, just sort of these few here. Maybe that one there. It's a little bit of white. I'm not too worried about coming in with a bit of graphite. I'm just going to soften off areas. If you've got a lot of graphite on your torch, maybe a clean one for the white would be fine, but I've only used it for a bit of pencil on this one. Okay, so you just sort of soften it a little bit. Doesn't need much. I'm not going to touch the zingers, but a little bit on there. So touch those areas. See, I'm almost just sort of stroking the top of the page there. There you go, miss that one up. Because I don't want to blend it in too much. I just want a softer edge to it. There we go. See, sort of working my way around there. And let's have a look a little bit there. Okay. I think just a little bit over the top of those two, just sort of on the edge. Just a little bit. A bit more there. Okay, let's have a look at that. Alright, I'm aware that the light's shining above it, so the graphite you see in it is quite silvery. It's going to go a little bit darker in there. Just a little bit, yeah, just a bit more pencil. And this is something you need to look at with your tile. You need to sort of think, well, am I happy with it? Does it need a little bit more? Sometimes it is a little bit of, you know, a little bit of strength. Oh, no, with Tommy making my tea, because Leslie's upstairs and busy, she's trained him well. She's like, no, Sandra has to have a cup of tea. If I'm not here to do it, that's your job. I can't really get up and make my own, to be fair, when we're doing this, can we? So, all right, there we go. I'm just going to put my initials in there. And there's number 303 for today, 20th of December. So, hope you've enjoyed that one. And hopefully, I'm going to see what you do with it. Some of you are going to put a little bit of colour in there. Some of you are going to maybe use a different colour tile. Maybe doing this on a red tile. That would be quite nice as well. So, no, he's not done yours, Leslie. He's been told not to disturb you. So, okay, have fun with this one. And if you're around tomorrow, of course, we'll still be carrying on with the Advent calendar or the Advent tiles. That's going to be number 21 tomorrow. But other than this, the next tile for this one is going to be on Friday. So, have fun with it, and I'll look forward to seeing what you do. And see you soon. Take care.